Welcome to the Manna at the Top podcast. My name is Gloria, and I host this podcast offering daily manna to feed our spiritual souls. Today is exceptional. It is the Feast of Pentecost, and we are going to be celebrating the Spirit. On this day, the life giving Spirit opened expansive windows and doors in the upper room and filled all the 120 people with breath and with the fire of the Spirit. Pentecost is a time of being uprooted from the old ways of living and thinking, while at the same time, we are deeply rooted and grounded in the love of Jesus because we've received the gift of the Spirit. I have to say that again. I'll say it slowly. Maybe you'll want to write it down. Pentecost is a time of being uprooted from the old ways of living and thinking, while at the same time, we are deeply rooted and grounded in the love of Jesus because we have received the gift of the Spirit. Pentecost holds immense significance as it embraces everyone. It transcends gender, age, social status, and even those on the fringes of society. Pentecost was an ancient Jewish feast day called the Festival of Weeks, and it was to be celebrated at the time of harvest 50 days after Pentecost. The people were to present an offering of the new grain they had harvested to God. And we find that in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 16. The whole family was to rejoice before the Lord, including sons and daughters, male and female servants, the Levite who lived close by, the stranger, the fatherless, and the widow who lived in the community. Quite a range of people. And we find that in Deuteronomy chapter 16, verse 11. In his farewell talk with his disciples in John chapters 13 to 17, Jesus told them he was going away, but he was not leaving them to their own devices. The Holy Spirit, the Spirit of truth from the beginning, even before creation, would come and be with them. The Holy Spirit, the person of the divine family, would be their advocate, the one who would intercede on their behalf when they were put out of the synagogue. The Spirit would both defend them and comfort them at the same time. Jesus was preparing his disciples for what was about to happen to them. This was difficult for the disciples, but Jesus assured them they would not be alone. They had community, they had each other, and they had the presence of God through the Holy Spirit. Jesus explicitly told the disciples the Spirit would protect them by advocating, testifying, speaking truth, and glorifying the divine family, proving the world wrong about them. He outlined the importance of the Spirit and its role in the lives of the disciples, the Christian community, and the world. Let your sacred imagination open wide as the disciples are lost for words. Thomas had previously asked Jesus where he was going and how would they know the way. And Peter asked Jesus, "Where are you going?" But now they have nothing to say. They're stunned and silent as they listen to Jesus. They are shocked and in grief, but Jesus assured them that it is better this way because he must leave so the Holy Spirit can come and be in them, with them, and among them. The living presence of the divine family would be their constant companion. The Holy Spirit would enable them to abide in Jesus' love. And Jesus described the Spirit as the Spirit of truth, who would guide them into all truth. This does not mean they were perfect and made no mistakes. The Spirit of truth helped Jesus' followers to live the Jesus way. Jesus described himself as the way, the truth, and the life. The Spirit shows how to be in relationship with the divine family and in relationship with others in the community of the beloved, because we are to love each other with the love of Christ that has been given to us. The Spirit will continue Jesus' work by revealing the truth, exposing the world's sin, and pointing us to Jesus, who embodies righteousness and justice. The world has chosen to walk the path of darkness, violence, and hate rather than walk in the way of Jesus, who is the light of the world. What does Pentecost mean for us today? The Spirit came with the force of wind among the disciples on the first Pentecost, moving them to different ways and sending them to places they'd never been before. Empowered by the Spirit of truth, Peter, just an ordinary fisherman, was given insight into the prophetic words from the book of Joel, and he was able to share them with those who were in the city of Jerusalem to celebrate Pentecost. To truly experience Pentecost, we must change our commitment to being guided by the Spirit. This opens us up to conversations with the Spirit as we listen and obey. It will mean there will be times when we must die to our agenda and let go of our old ways of thinking and believing. With the help of the Spirit, we will be able to flow in the ocean of God's grace and mercy as we live lives of